Does this still work? Yes, good. Okay. He was 20, and he's my boy, and I'm his mom. He was 20. He was 20, and it had to be so. It was 20, he was 20, and just ready to go. He was 20, and the words were painfully slow. He was 20, and another year here wasn't meant to be. He was 20, and faith, trust, and belief were all we could foresee. He was 20, and he shared his gifts for many to see. He was 20, and the journey didn't seem to agree. He was 20, and soon it was time. He was 20, and my hero, who now sends me signs. He was 20, and our connection now knows no binds. He was 20, and is forever in my heart and mind. Zachary Colin Dillahay, the first and only. Happy birthday, Zach. 25 years today. This morning, I wrote a post on Zach's Facebook page, and it's been interesting through this journey, and in hindsight, because as they say, hindsight is 20/20, looking at how things have lined up and looking at the signs where when you're walking through it, it doesn't really mean anything. You don't notice, you can't connect those dots. But as they say, hindsight is crystal clear. So as I was writing a note on Zach's page, I was thinking, I remember the day, I'm pretty sure it was the day he was born, and I was holding him, and the thought came to my mind, in the year 2020, he'll be 25. And it was just kind of an unfathomable thought, holding this newborn baby, that he was going to be standing there 25. It just seemed like for forever, that would happen. And maybe it was so unfathomable because, it wasn't going to be. But here we are, and the impact that Zach is making in the world because of the life that he lived and because of those that love him is just an amazing, amazing, beautiful thing. Life is both, right? Life is absolutely flipping amazing. I mean, we have such fun, such amazing, glorious, good times, sharing love, sharing celebrations, right? Being with it, just like creating amazing things. And you know what? This journey of life is absolutely horrendous all at the same time. I'm sure pretty much everybody has had times in life, phases in life, a day in life, right, where you're like, wow, this is really kind of a drag. It's like, what am I doing here? How do I go on? And maybe there's someone in this room right now who's actually feeling that way. Like, why am I here? What am I doing? Is it worth it? Do I want to? If anybody's thinking that way, please give me a call. So yeah, life is both. Life is amazing and life is horrendous. I have shared previously, and look, when I come up here to chat, I kind of have a feel, but I also ask for guidance, and I let it flow. I couldn't tell you what I stood up here and said last year or any of the previous years, so I just kind of, go with what moves through me. But after Zach passed, being a holistic practitioner, and, my thing was, okay, we got to be healthy and we got to live a really long time. And then Zach passed at 20, and I'm like, okay, the live a long time thing's not working out so well for me, helping people. Like, I couldn't save my own son. So I really, I stepped aside. I couldn't even walk in our office for a long time. I didn't know. I didn't know how things were going to play out. And then one day it occurred to me, you know what? It's not the longevity, right? It's what we do with the experience. So now, my whole focus in any interactions with people is, what kind of experience are you having in your life? Is it a good one or not? And I'll tell you, this could be a bitter pill to swallow, but that experience is 100% up to each and every one of us. What experience are we going to have in this life? And I can say that because I've got the t-shirt, the Place of Possibility t-shirts, okay? So I have walked through living hell on the face of this earth, okay? I'm just going to tell you, when a child passes, you wake up and you are in hell on earth. And I have moved forward, not on. I have walked through, I'm very, very grateful for what I did in life before Zach got sick and before he passed, so that I could find a way to throw myself my own lifeline. Not all, but the vast majority of grieving parents never get to the point where they can have an experience of joy in their lives again. So one of my missions is to help that happen for people. And also, because of the journey that we were on and Place of Possibility, right? It's helping families that are in the same journey that we walked through, helping them have a little bit better experience as they go through just the unimaginable. So, it being that your experience of life is up to you, it's your choice, okay? How does one choose it when things aren't going well? How does one choose it when the mind and the emotions, they're prohibiting you from having a good experience? Well, it comes down to mastery of self. And in order to be a master of self, one has to be aware. And this awareness is a moment to moment to moment thing, right? So does it get easier? Yeah, I'd say it does get easier. I think it becomes a part of one when it's diligently taken on. How many people in here have a mind? Everybody? So, mind. So let's just ask the question, where do thoughts come from? I mean, really, where do your thoughts come from? If we literally create them ourselves in our brain, it's well, then how come 1 second my best ever idea, 20 seconds later, becomes the worst idea I ever thought of? All in that short little period of time where the thoughts are bouncing around, right? And then I have to choose, okay? So is this really a good idea or isn't it, right? So mind mastery, our thoughts, okay? We do have the ability to choose and pick what thoughts we want to. And listen, has anybody ever heard the phrase, entertain your thoughts? Yeah, we're like little puppets on the string. We're entertaining our thoughts. So why not choose thoughts that serve you? Well, I'll tell you why. Because in addition to a mind and our thoughts, we also have an emotional body. You ever get that fog over you, just oh, I don't feel like doing anything today, or you have sadness, any of those types of emotions. As soon as we get into an emotion like that, the mind starts, right? And then it all starts spiraling together, and we have a yucky feeling, and then our thoughts get miserable, and before you know it, we just can't even move. But we do have the ability to be aware and to make choice, to master the mind and process emotion. Now, as I was going through my grief journey, my observation is that grief is not an emotion. grief is an actual wound in the shattering of the heart of the human spirit. And it bleeds what I call grief goo. And that grief goo consumes your whole body and all the space around you. And the experience is like in this block of cement grief goo, you've been thrown in the middle of the ocean in the deepest, darkest abyss, and there you are. And how do you get out of that? So it's processing, and I could talk for a long, long time on this, but I won't. So my intention right now, okay, is just to bring some awareness. This is a relentless endeavor moving through life in the space of choice to create the best experience. Not how long we're going to be here, but what kind of experience we're going to have. And I'll tell you who was a really good master at this experience of life thing. His sister, maybe second to him, but Zach. You know, and that's not saying that Zach didn't have challenges, but I tell you what, that guy, that kid, man, he had some kind of magnetic energy, and he was loved and is still loved by so many. And his energy was just amazing, you know, and he could just pull any room up into a higher vibrational energy. And he had a really flipping good time in his 20 years here. So you know what? Kudos to Zach for making the best of his run in life, of the 20 years that he had. Now, our words control energy that we experience. And having these kinds of conversations and, you know, standing on a stage and having this kind of conversation, especially in a night where we're here to have a really good time, right? So managing energy is critically important. So we're not going to do an experiment of taking the energy down, okay? We're going to look at bringing our energy up, raising it. How high can we each take our own energy? So right now, even in your own mind or at your table, just a couple seconds, like just think of some positive words, you know, like joy, celebration, love, fun, butterflies, the beautiful weather that we had today here in Florida, the sunshine, the sunny sky, all the amazing times that we celebrate as humans. So we have that choice as soon as we come to awareness in any moment to raise our own vibrational energy and have a great experience in life, okay? I'm not saying you're never going to have challenges, but I'm saying your ability to influence your challenge is yours. So welcome to the 4th annual Bow Ties and Butterflies Black Tie Dinner Gala. And I thought, wow, it's just really special that it actually fell on Zach's 25th birthday this year. As I was looking forward to this date back in March, never did it dream to me in March that we would still be having circumstances like we are now to deal with. So there was choice. Do we move forward? Do we have our gala? Don't we have our gala? Well, that was really a very quick conversation for me. It's like, of course we're having the gala. What the gala looks like, on the other hand, we'll see. We'll see how it happens. So I want to honor all of you, and I'm honoring those as well that made choice and are not here tonight, okay? Because in this journey of life, we all have to honor what's right for ourselves. Whether this was a room of 10 at Ruth Chris, or this whole ballroom with a nice spaced group, and I'm choosing my words very carefully. I'm not going to mention the word. A nice spaced group, okay? We could have probably done 200 people and still been okay. But you know what? We have the perfect group of people here tonight. And I want to thank you all for coming. So I'm curious, who in the room, this is their first Bow Ties and Butterflies gala, you have not been prior? Okay, so if you have attended a previous year, so this is your second, would you stand up? So you've attended 2 or more. Stand up. Let me, I'm like, all right, wait a minute. This isn't going to go the way I thought. Okay. If you have attended 3 or more, stay standing. And if this is your 4th gala, stay standing. Awesome. Congratulations and thank you to everyone that is in the room tonight. Now, I'm actually, let's little raffle prize. Who came the farthest to be here today? Farther than Charlotte? No, all right. Let's have the 3 North Carolina folks come on up. That's right, Zoe. Show them how to do it. Thank you. So in our gala tonight, the interesting thing is honestly, the number of people in the room doesn't make much of a difference in what goes on behind the scenes. So I'm going to not say tomorrow, but kind of tomorrow. January 1st, we start gearing up for next year's Bow Ties and Butterflies. I mean, this truly is a year process. It's like putting on a wedding reception every single year. So where are we going to have it? You know, we went from the Westin to Ruth Chris, back to the Westin, over to the Marriott. And I just got to say kudos to the Marriott. Divine intervention and alignment, what they've done to support us this year as far as minimums and catering to our every need and spacing. And they've just done an amazing job, and it's a beautiful venue. So she's checking the calendar, but December 4th, just make a note next year. I highly suspect that this is where we'll be. But so much work and intention goes into this event. And last year, so those of you that have been with us at the Westin for a few years, who can tell me what's a little bit different here tonight? It's so quiet. You can hear me talk, which hopefully is a good thing. So, yeah, but I stood on the stage last year, and I do remember that. I'm like, next year, okay, we're going to have the whole ballroom, and it's going to be quiet, and I don't know how many people I said were going to be there. So, okay, I didn't manifest it all, but we're in a bigger space, and it is quiet. So next year, I'm just claiming right now, I'm going to say whole ballroom, and I am going to shoot for the stars, okay? I think we can land on a star, but if we land on the moon, that's all right. All right. So I'm going to say 500. 600. Okay. Do we have 7? So if you think about it, so we have 40 people in the room tonight, which honestly, I think considering is amazing. If everybody in here had a table of 10, we'd be at 400, right? So just planting a few seeds. Everybody knows, like, we go top notch. We really do. And the people in the community that support us, and let's not forget why we're doing this. It's like, yeah, my son, obviously, but, you know, we're doing this to help families that walking the journey that we walked, right? We actually have one of our Project Parent recipients with us tonight. Project Parent is our main focus in our fundraising and what we do. And that means that to be a Project Parent recipient, you have a child that's on hospice. There's no journey like it, right? So Summer has graciously, she came and volunteered for us all afternoon. She was our Project Parent, one of our Project Parent recipients last year. I don't know if you all remember that we did a Christmas tree and we did gifts for a family. That was for Summer's family. And she gave me permission to chat. Every day, she doesn't know. You know, will this be the day? Will this be my last day with my child? And that is a journey. That is a journey. So this is the impact, okay? This is our goal with Place of Possibility and Project Parent. And of course, look, we have other things that we're doing too. It's not just Project Parent. I'm personally been doing a lot of grief work. And I also recently bought a cabin. Now, that is mine personally, individually, okay? But I have a vision for Place of Possibility, the place, okay, to actually be a place. For now, I'll have some grieving moms come out and stay with me for a period of time in nature. I've done Mommy Goddess experiences, Mommy Goddess escapes, you know, helping families that are in the next phase of the journey after their child passes, which is really waking up into a different world. We've had an amazing year with Place of Possibility, despite circumstance, because we chose to. And during dinner this year, we have a slideshow. So as I was putting that slideshow together last night and picking out the slides, I was like, wow, 4 years. We have done a lot. Like, we have done a lot. And we have had a great time doing it. And we've helped a lot of people. This is just an amazing organization. And I don't care if I created it. It's amazing. And I'm just looking back, and now I'm just like, I'm so super excited to look into the future and see where we're going to be. So in May this year, it's 5 years. We founded Place of Possibility in May of 2016. We came back from Mexico with Zach, and we thought he was in remission. And he and I chatted, and we're like, because Place of Possibility for some reason was always on my heart, but he was going to be standing on the stage with me, or it was going to be something completely different. This is not at all what I envisioned, but this is the journey that has unfolded for me. So we registered Place of Possibility in May of 2016, and then we found out that Zach was not in remission and passed in August. This May is 5 years. And many business people will know that, you know, really for a business, a startup, and even though we're a nonprofit, it is a business, nobody gets paid, but, you know, we have an accountant, we have registration, you know, we have all these little things that we have to deal with. 5 years, you know, and a lot of that is just getting the name out there, getting recognition, people trusting us, right? I mean, putting your trust in a regular business, it's like, okay, they have a product or a service, you want a good product, you want a good service, like they build trust. But building trust in a nonprofit, okay, people are, you're trusting us with your money, all right? Like that doesn't even work so well in marriages, much less, you know, a nonprofit organization. We have an amazing system, and I'm actually going to share that system with each of you for your personal life as well. But I knew for us to maintain integrity and be on a solid game plan that we needed to have a really good system that was going to work for us, and we do. And to the penny, Your money goes exactly where we say it's going to go. When we have a raffle and we say every penny to a project parent recipient, that's where it goes, right? We have our fundraising in our office. Our office, just from having a jar out on the counter, I think we're up to about $1,500, maybe more. And I think we started that maybe a year and a half ago, but that's pretty remarkable. Every penny of that, project parent recipient, right? So aside from, the other, like paying the accountant and, the other things that we need to do, the money goes exactly, right? Exactly where we're saying. So, we're going to have a great night tonight. We are going to have some amazing food. We are going to share with you a little bit about what we've accomplished this year. We're going to hand out some amazing awards to some just beautiful hearts. I'm going to tell you, every single person in this room, whether you believe it about yourself or not, you're amazing. You are absolutely amazing beings. And what happens when amazing beings take action? The results are crazy cool. What we have on all of our awards, volunteers are love in motion. And boy, isn't that the truth? So I am going to invite the doc up here, actually, in just 1 second. Let me, we're going to be going out to the buffet very systematically this year, okay? The buffet is set up in a good way for us this year, so you don't have to worry about anything like that, so be patient. All of the silent auction items will be available to bid on through the night, so we will call time on that and we'll give like a 15-minute warning or whatever, and that will be after the awards. We have our 50-50 raffle, which we turned into a game. When you really can't do much, it's a little challenging to keep a room of people entertained, okay? So we did our best, right? So anyway, the 50-50 raffle. You buy a ticket, guess how many pieces are in the jar, and the person there's a little skill in it this year, not just like the random ticket. The person that gets closest to the number, 50% of the donations in the jar, right, go to you. If we have a tie, I think we're going to split it, okay? If we have more than that, we might have to draw. All right, we'll figure that out. The biggest dilly drink, okay, so that's our special drink raffle for tonight. It's $10. You get a ticket to win all the ingredients to make the drink. You get the drink and you get the glass that the drink was made in. And I'm sorry, but I have to tell. The reason why we have chosen this drink, because we were thinking, okay, what drink could we possibly do, like, for Zach? Like, my family created a drink after Zoe. It's called the Zoki. So I thought, well, we could create the Zaki for the Place of Possibility gala. And then we're like, well, what would we put in this drink? And, first thing that came to my mind is Fireball. Not that Zach would really have much experience with Fireball. We'll just let it go there. But so that came to my mind. And everybody's like, oh, Fireball, are you kidding me? We can't, right? So then someone suggested a possible drink, but I was driving, not this trip, but the last trip from North Carolina to Florida. I'm driving down the highway. A Fireball truck drives by me. I'm like, are you kidding me? Did you know that there's like trucks that deliver Fireball and they have I'm like, okay, Zach, all right, we're going Fireball for sure. And then I borrowed his Zoe, the truck, and I opened the console in the center. And I looked down and there's a little itsy bitsy teeny weeny bottle of Fireball still laying in Zach's truck. And I'm like, okay, Zach, I got it. We're definitely going Fireball. So anyway, Cinnamon Toast Crunch. All right. That is the drink of the evening. And our amazing balloon raffle. So we've done champagne for the past couple years. This year it's a balloon. We still have the combination on the lock. The combination is on the balloon, 1 balloon for 35, 2 for 50, right? You get to try your combination. Winner opens a lock. So, Brittany, I think you had a year. And Jody, was it your family? Yeah, yeah, gay, right? Okay, so somebody's going home with an amazing $1,000 pendant and earring set tonight. And Maria's family, every year, very generously donates that item for us. Okay, so I just wanted to cover raffles and that real quick. Without further ado, we will bless our food. Enjoy your meal, enjoy the slideshow, and we'll be back for more. Thank you.
Hey everybody, I wanted to add my greetings to everybody. Welcome to the 4th annual Bow Ties and Butterflies. She took my 5 minutes. Do you believe that? I was going to do just, I had a couple of thoughts, with this being on Zachary's birthday this year, and normally this event, a couple of days before, a couple of days after, his birthday has gotten to be kind of a personal event for me. And for me, it doesn't get easier every year, This year was, I don't know why it was tougher. We went and visited him today. And then, of course, you've got Facebook with the, your memories from 11 years ago or 10 years ago, and it's full of lots of memories on December 5th every year. And today, a picture of me with a newborn Zach. We were in Okinawa, Japan. I was in the Navy at the Naval Hospital in Okinawa, and we were walking out what they call Gate 2 Street off of Kadena Air Base. He couldn't have been more than 2 weeks old. Just a shot of me and him out in the street, and it looked like a beautiful sunny day, not unlike today. And it got me thinking, and I always think about the day he was born. It was such, he was such a remarkable person, even from the first second of his life. It's been a remarkable story. Many of you probably know the story, and I'm not going to bore you with all the details, but Zachary was born at home in our base housing delivered by me. I don't know if any of you know Zachary's mom, Sydney, but I was actively doing obstetrics at the Naval Hospital in Okinawa, and she had been around waiting for me to finish my shift and seen a lot of shenanigans and had decided she wanted no part of delivery on labor and delivery at the U.S. Naval Hospital, Okinawa. And so Sydney started researching home deliveries. And, knowing that I was going to have to do a home delivery, I had to buy into the concept and learn everything I could. Fortunately for me, I had access to everything I needed. I had all the corpsmen on supporting me. I had whatever we needed at home, oxygen, few utensils of the trade. And it was actually a beautiful experience. And because of the 12-hour time difference, Japan is 12 hours ahead, or 13, depending on what time of year it is. And so it was actually the 4th, the evening of the 4th, when Zachary was born in Okinawa, around 6 or 7 in the morning on December 5th. And the only way I can remember that is when I called home to tell my mom. They were just getting home from work that night. But we had a Christmas tree. We played George Winston's December, if anybody's familiar, just played in the background. And Sydney never really said boo, laboring. You could tell she was having contractions because of the look on her face, but never complained. Her children, Jeffrey and Jackie, Jackie was in the room with us, and Jeffrey was standing by somewhere else, close by, when Zachary was born. Fairly uneventful. Was nature at its best, and probably one of the most significant moments in my life. Just thinking about it and looking at the pictures from that time, and what a beautiful moment. Just thinking, we had such a bond. I delivered my son at home. Zoe was born at home too. That's another amazing story for another time. But, It created quite a stir. We hadn't gotten permission to deliver a baby at home, didn't know we needed it. And so the Navy, we had a baby, got things tidied up. I gave him his hepatitis B shot and I think a vitamin K. Haven't done obstetrics in 25 years. And so, whatever it was we needed, cut the cord, he was all cleaned up. And I called the hospital to let them know. And they're like, oh, is she ready? And I'm like, no, we already had the baby. And I could hear everybody in the emergency room screaming in the background. And so Sydney, dressed to the nines, baby's cleaned up. We go down to the ER to get everybody checked out. And, everybody, they came down, from labor and delivery with all their stuff ready to do their thing. And I'm like, sorry. And everybody had joy for us. And then within the next couple of days, somebody's like, how did they do that? So it launched in the Navy what they call an XO investigation, which is the executive officer. So a lot of questions. The Navy actually came up with something called Naval Instructions, which is like a big manual of the rules and regulations. So in honor of Zachary, the Navy came up with the home delivery naval instruction. And I don't remember what it is because I don't even think. Yeah. It's your right to do it, but they alleviate themselves of all responsibility. And so we had trouble getting a birth certificate. They would not help us with a birth certificate. I had to actually design a form, fill it out. We had to take it to the consulate in Naha, the capital city of Okinawa, and he had a consulate birth certificate. I worried my whole life that wasn't going to work when the time came to go to college, join the service, whatever. Obviously it did. There was never a question. But just his amazing life right from the very beginning was something special, and it's a special story. It's kind of funny. About 3 months later, I got a medal from my work in obstetrics at the U.S. Naval Hospital in Okinawa. The CO liked us. We remember Sydney and I and the baby. We went and met with the CO, and he just told my division officer he wants it to go away, and it did. And it was just amazing connection that Zachary and I shared the whole rest of his life, and kind of set the stage for the amazing life that he was going to have. The similar kind of life that Zoe's leading right now. And I'm just in awe of the things that she accomplishes. I had just a couple of readings I wanted to do. One, Psalm 126, and trying to keep in mind being uplifting and not down. It's been tough. So Psalm 126, they that sow in tears shall reap in joy. He that goeth forth and weepeth, bearing precious seed, shall doubtless come again with rejoicing, bringing his sheaves with him. I will set forth on this journey in hope and trust. What more have I to lose, and oh, so much more to gain. And then I found a little poem, and I read this the first year, by the English poet and playwright Daphne du Maurier. As the months pass and the seasons change, something of tranquility descends. And although the well-remembered footsteps will not sound again, nor the voice call from the room beyond, there seems to be about me in the air an atmosphere of love, a living presence. It is as though we shared, in some indefinable manner, the freedom and peace, even at times the joy of another world where there is no more pain. The feeling is simply there, pervading all thought and all action. When Christ the healer said, "Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted," he must have meant just this. So I'd like to say a little prayer, and then we can get started on dinner. Dear Heavenly Father, we recognize all life as a gift and a blessing. We thank you for your most generous love. Encourage us to be persons of honesty and integrity, worthy of proclaiming the gospel in his sacred ministry of fundraising. Help us to always reverence the sacred space where our donors and our missions meet. Give us openness to listen to the needs of our donors. Give us joyful spirits and and eagerness to engage others. Give us hopeful imagination and creative vision, recognizing generosity even in the smallest gift. Give us strong, steadfast hearts in times of discouragement. Give us trusting hearts, knowing that the fruits of our labors will be realized long after we are gone. Give us faithful hearts, deeply committed to your realm. Let us feel your presence so that we may know we are truly never alone. Remind us always that what we do for the least of our sisters and brothers, we do for you. We ask this in Jesus' name and in unity of the Holy Spirit. Amen. All right.
Okay, everyone. Hopefully you all enjoyed an amazing meal. So what do we think about our new location, the Marriott? Everybody? Yeah. I have to say you had to pull me from the Westin because I am super sentimental. And, you know, we had cocktails for Zach there. We had Zach's celebration of life there. The kids and I had many, many, many special family dinners there. But you know what? They even put me over the top. So the universe, divine intervention, and we've had an amazing time. So thank you to the Marriott. So our evening tonight wraps up 2020. May I just say thank goodness for that. And looking ahead to an amazing year in 2021. Shift, though, change. Flexibility is power. The ability to acclimate to what is, make the best of it, is what makes, our experience of life, as I was chatting about, all that more enjoyable. I'm really a related people kind of person. I like everybody getting together. I like the community. I think as humans, it's not an option. We need it. Things are going to shift and unfold, and I'm hoping that we're going to get back to being able to do that a little bit more. This year, we typically do at least 4 events a year. We do a wine tasting. We have done Mind and Music for 2 years now. We do our annual cornhole tournament and bow ties and butterflies. This year we participated at the Heathrow Arts Festival. If anybody noticed up on the screen, the cute little butterfly cookies, I'm going to tell you a little bit more about that, but that was just an amazing experience. So we were really looking to expand and participate and be more and more and more a part of the community. But since community is not getting together anymore, we had to shift. We shifted Mind and Music to virtual. We opted, not really up to us, but we did not do a wine tasting this year. Cornhole went on. We didn't promote. It was simple little emails. We didn't do a lot of marketing, being respectful of the world and the situation and honoring everyone. We did have an amazing cornhole tournament, and we're having a great gala tonight. For next year, I've chosen not to plan any events up until cornhole. We will go ahead with our 6th annual cornhole tournament, and next year will be our 5th annual bow ties and butterflies. The reason why it's a little cockeyed is because the first year that we did something kind of dressy in black tie was cocktails for Zach, which we have the sign right over there. And then we shifted to bow ties and butterflies. So it's actually our 6th dressy event coming up. Cornhole, the first cornhole that we did, you might have noticed on the pictures, Zach was there in attendance. So 6th annual, he was at the first one. So our fundraising event started being held for us in Zach's journey. Nicole Tenuta, who was our first Butterfly Award recipient. She really, it's amazing. Like, you just decide to make a choice. She really started this whole fundraising thing because she did that fundraiser for us as a family, and then we ran with it. And now we're, again, 6th annual and coming up on 5th annual. So what are we going to do as an organization, for the beginning of the year, as far as being able to continue to impact families? Corporate support and sponsorship is always an option, and we'll be looking more into that. We're also going to enroll a membership option this year. And it's really funny. It came to my mind and I was going through it and laying it out, and then I was unpacking the boxes and I was like, oh, the membership that I don't know where the sign went, but I completely had the whole thing ready to unveil last year and never did. So this year we are going to unveil a Place of Possibility membership. And I'm going to share with you a way that can really work in one's life to be able to support on a monthly basis an organization that's really making a difference in the world. And what we're going to do is anyone who becomes a member of the Place of Possibility, depending upon the level that you become involved, is Bow Ties and Butterflies, Cornhole Tournament, our events will be included in that membership. So you support us throughout the year, and then you're just a part of the family, and when we have stuff going on, you just come on in and join us. So I was actually in my 40s, and I remember being a kid, and it's just like my dad was like the whole money conversation, right? It's like you don't spend money, you save money, and it's like save money, but it's so fun to spend it, right? Like us, I'm like us, let's spend the money. Why save it? It's just too challenging. Well, I was in my 40s and I got invited to a conference, and it's called Millionaire Mind Intensive, and they had a system there that they shared, and I was there with Zach and Zoe, and I saw this system, and we left and went to Wells Fargo the next week and went in and we opened up 19 bank accounts between the three of us. The banker was like, what the heck? Like, I know exactly what it's on now? Okay. So I said, I know exactly what I'm doing. And, I'm going to credit Zoe. I got to tell you, this girl, at the age of 22, almost 23, she implemented this system into her life. And with the exception of maybe being 14 or 15 and making a little tweak here and there, she's stuck with it. She owns real estate, right? She's investing, she's trading. What possibility she has, right, moving forward in her life. This was such a gift at the age, how old were you when we went? 11? 12, right? Yeah, so I don't know, but anyway, she was younger, right? So instead of just saying save, now granted, I kind of set it up for her, but if at any age you adopt a change, I was in my 40s and, I was always like, okay, when I pay off my debt, I'm going to save. When I do this, I'm going to say, retirement, like way far in the future, all that. So I adopted this system, and I'm really forever grateful for being taught this. So I mentioned that Place of Possibility has a financial system, and there's actually a business version of this. And so I have a personal version right here that I use in my own life, and then I manage Place of Possibility according to a system, and it's just very clear. Money comes in, this is where money goes. So I don't have this set up very well, but I'm a little challenged with a podium on the stage. Okay, so we have 100% of our energy, okay, that comes in. What is money? It's energy. What do we call it? Currency, okay? It's energy. How do we manage a flow of energy? Turning a faucet on and off, the flow of water, right? So we have to direct where it goes. So, and I'm just really going to take like 2 or 3 minutes on this, but this is just such a great thing, and if anybody wants to talk more about it. So if we have 100%, and I'm going to tell you when I started this, and many people are there, like 100% barely covers this, okay? That's okay. Start wherever you're at. If you even just have an awareness, if what this takes from you every month is more than 100% of what you have coming in, don't only look at what you can cut out, look at other ways to bring money in, right? Like, we don't think like that. It's like, oh, I have a job, I make this much money, that's it. No. Unlimited possibility out there. Create possibilities. Unlimited income, multiple sources of income. So necessity. This is the optimal percentages, okay? 55%. Mortgage payment, rent, food, life insurance, like anything, all of that stuff, right, that we need to live on. 55%. Education. Do we ever stop learning? No. Okay. College, whatever. Continuing education, personal development, like, getting some books, putting some new ideas, information, 10%. Long-term savings, you want a new car, you want a boat, whatever the case may be, a vacation, 10%. Biggie right here, financial freedom, okay? Money, never, ever, 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 ever touched. Money that makes money for you, okay? 10%. Good investing. Play. We got to have fun, right? I mean, we got to have fun. We have to enjoy. Yeah. 10. When you make this 200%, then you can put a whole 100 down here, right? So 10% for play. Now, right down here, give our little hearts, right? 5%. You want to make this 50, make this 10, more power to you. I kind of lost track down here, but it's all good. Giving is good. Energy flow. When we let the currency, the money, the energy flow through us, it comes back around, guaranteed. Okay? If you're thinking, someday, was my mentality, right? Stop flow. It's not coming anymore. Okay? So, what works for you? Again, we're all unique, we're all individuals, we all have our own situation, but just the concept here, right, to kind of go home with. If at first it's 99%, 0.2, 0.2, 0.2, whatever, right? It's like you have a system, you have an idea, you start somewhere, and believe it or not, it gains and grows. So keeping this in mind, right, if what we do resonates with you, 5% of your give, $10 a month, right? $25 a month. More than, whatever works for you, right? We master our cash flow in this manner, right? Very specifically. The system rules for us, okay? So what I'm thinking is, $25 a month, VIP for Place of Possibility right now, bow ties and butterflies included, cornhole included, all of our other events, whatever we do for VIP. I'm under promise, over deliver. That's the way I like to do it, right? Trust me, whatever we can do and make happen to make it special for you so that we can create more. Because some people are like, oh, don't have an event. Don't do that. Just all the money. Well, where's the money going to come from if we don't have an event, if we don't grow, if we don't build, if we don't share, right? That doesn't make sense. We'll never get any bigger if we're not having events and sharing and growing. So we're going to continue to do this, right? So anyway, if you have a credit slip right now, if you're interested at all in membership or you want to do it, it says other. Flip it over right on the back, just jot a note. We actually have a cell phone number now. Can't remember what it is. But anyway, I will write it up on the board here. Text it, text me. My cell phone number's on everything. I really don't care. Like, my cell phone number's everywhere. Text me, call me anytime, reach out. We really, really, really appreciate your support, and we appreciate you sharing with other people. That's huge. And thank you for receiving our emails. Every time I get an unsubscribe, I'm like, oh, no, don't go. But it happens. So we're creating the right group of people. All right. So yeah, next year we're going to be doing some different things in the beginning of the year and looking at cornhole as our next in-person event. And if we come up with something else that we can possibly do in the meantime, we will do that. Oh, I found our phone number. 407-2, catch this, 76. I knew it had to have a 76 in it because that's Zach's number. 407-276-6078. We'll write it down. All right. On your, thank you, program. So we have in attendance Mommy Goddesses and Papa Warriors. Let me just say, trust me that I could stand up here for hours. It's really a challenge for me to abbreviate all this, but a Mommy Goddess is a mom who has experienced the passing of a child. A Papa Warrior is a papa who has experienced the passing of a child. So Zach's dad and I are here. Mavis has been with us before her son passed. And Joan, where are you, Joan? So very interesting. I'm always looking whenever I meet somebody new or paths cross a story. You know, I always ask them like, so tell me some important dates for you or names or where do you live? And just because we don't have time, I won't share the whole story, but Brittany knew us from Shula's, the Weston, knew Zach, supporting us. Zach passed. She was, you know, there the whole step of the way. And then I see Brittany, my brother, passed, right? So Zach and Brandon share a birthday. They were both born on December 5th. So we're happy birthday to Zachary and Brandon today. And Joan is one of my dear Mommy Goddess friends, actually one of the first moms that I met after Zach passed. One of the first that was put in my path. You know, I'd also like to acknowledge siblings. Adrienne was here. She just left. Her sister passed quite a number of years ago. Zoe and Brittany, you know, the impact of, you know, your first life partners, right? Your siblings. And, you know, yeah, only children, that's what you know. But when you're in an experience of having siblings and then all of a sudden they're not there in your future and your plans, right? It's as significant as for the parents. So from our hearts to yours as well, wanted to acknowledge. Let me see here. I would like to acknowledge our board of possibility. So how does our board work? I didn't even realize this, but apparently in the world of nonprofits, the way boards work is you want to be on our board, you have to pay us money. I was like, what, really? Like they're helping, volunteering, this and that, they have to pay to do it. We don't pay anybody, but we don't make people pay us to help us. So, you know, our board is really comprised of people that share vision and relationship. And it's growing and sometimes it ebbs. So not in attendance tonight. And on our website, you know, we have a little write-up on all these people. And, you know, when I sit and I go to do a write-up on someone that volunteers or is on the board, I get quiet. And it happened with me last night. I added Maria onto the website. Maria is one of our newest board members. And, you know, it really just came to me. And honestly, right now, I can't remember what I wrote, but maybe you should look it up, Maria, so I can read it. But tonight, I'm not in attendance. Kathy, and as I was writing this list, I just let like a word come to me about them as individuals. So Kathy, her word is experience. Kathy's run a nonprofit in the remodeling industry, so, you know, not in our same type of industry, but she's a wealth of information for me. You know, I have questions or whatever, I just give her a ring and she gives me her insight. So she does not live in the area. She was at our first Bows and Butterflies, and hopefully next year she will be back again. Travis, another person who's not in attendance tonight, and The word that I had for him was mastery. I spoke about mastery early on, about experience in life, and he was probably the most influential person in my life transformation and my ability to stand here before you as, a grieving mom, a mommy goddess, and just be able to do this without energy and tears. And look, that doesn't mean lack of love. That doesn't mean longing. That doesn't mean desire for things to be different. But I can stand here and not be in pain, and I am telling you, that is a miracle. I credit Travis with a lot of my transformation there. Mike, Dr. Mike, foundation. This man's been a rock through this journey. And that doesn't mean he's not been broken and fractured inside, but he has kept on going. And the foundation that he provides for all of us and what he does, it makes this happen. So very, very high regard, acknowledgement, and love for this individual. Zoe brings vision. Mike briefly touched on Zoe's birth, but she was born at home in the bathtub. We did have a midwife, and she was born in the call. And I never really heard of that or knew what it was, but the midwife was like, "Oh, she's clairvoyant." And I'm like, "Clara, what?" And anyway, her middle name is Claire too. So Zoe does bring vision. She just really has, an intuitive knowing ability about her and gives me a lot of insight. Ryan is on our board, new last year. Ryan brings accuracy, right? And I think he and Zach shared that. Really, really great insight on a lot of things. And Maria, brand new to our board this year. And Maria brings creativity. And what did I write about you? Did you pull it up? Okay. Ryan, you want to just, okay. Since it comes to me, I don't want to put my own words around it and mess it up, but Maria gets results. Without anyone knowing she is up to something, Maria comes forth with amazing results. She is full of creative possibility and pulls it through to manifestation. One might think she's quiet and meek, but this goddess is a powerful force. A friend of Zach's for many years and a volunteer for Place of Possibility for several, it seemed fitting to invite her to the board. She is committed and result-oriented and full of love. Maria embraces that which Place of Possibility stands for. So welcome to the Board of Possibility, Maria. And look, volunteer, board, whatever. I mean, we do things differently here because we're the Place of Possibility. If that intrigues you, let me know. Love to chat with you. Your phone's up here if you want to come up and get it. All right. So today, you know what I need? Hi, Mr. Upper.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Can I borrow this for just 1 second?
I need a log master. Anybody have one? Thank you, Mr. Upper. Okay, if you helped us out today, would you stand up? Helped us out setting up. Come on, I know there's more. Summer, Ben, Cameron, Kate, Shelby, right? Jason, our volunteer photographer, come on, right? All right. So if you all would like to run up here for a very small token of this nonprofit's appreciation. But it doesn't mean it's not full of lots and lots of love. So look, this event, like, besides planning it for a year, I mean, I was in the office all week pretty much, morning till nighttime, if I wasn't in the office working from wherever, keeping the pup of possibility occupied. So, it takes a lot. But, all these lovely people got here today around 1 o'clock, except for maybe Mr. Upper. And he didn't even hear it. I said we all got here around 1 o'clock, except for possibly Mr. Upper, but that is very true, Nick. That is very true. No. So, look, they come early. We work really hard, but we play, we have fun, we're grateful. And then everybody goes home, and then here we are packing it all up and taking it down. So, really, really, really appreciate all your help. Now, if I could have my team of possibility, come on up. So last year I was inspired by a beautiful goddess friend to create a kindness award for Place of Possibility. And I believe, Diane, you were a recipient of our kindness reward one year. And also, people that really like kind of jump out and have made a huge, huge difference. So this year, I mentioned we were taking part in the Heathrow Arts Festival, and we had a brilliant idea that we were going to make cookies so that the kids could decorate them, and that was going to be the art at the festival. Well, not only were we just going to make a batch of cookies, like we made 1,000 cookies. So my dear friend Janice is a baker, and she actually had a cookie company. And I said, Janice, I could use some help with a project. Well, she flew from California, and she came to my place, and we experimented with recipes, and we shopped, and we washed dishes, and we rolled cookies, and we rolled cookies, and we rolled cookies, and we baked. And then we had a little friend visitor visit the world this year, and then she couldn't leave. So she lived with me for 3 months. So, but Janice is just a really, really special sweetheart. While she was visiting for 3 months because she couldn't leave, she did all of the Place of Possibilities bookkeeping for 2019. All the data entries into QuickBooks. So very, very grateful for her. I was hoping I would be able to FaceTime her in today, but she's not answering my text. I think she might have suspected something was up. So anyway, I have our award for Janice for Kindness Award of the Year. Kind people are the best kind of people, which is inscribed on our crystal heart. So may I have the team of possibility? You all know who you are, so come on up here. So in this year, okay, when there was a lot of stuff going on and it made doing anything way more challenging, this group of people right here, these 4, right, they stuck by my side. So every single Monday night, we do a team call. Right now, we've missed a few, so I can't actually say every. Notice integrity with your word. That is power. But we're there every Monday. It's like call, right? I send out the text, who's on, who's not, like vast majority of time. Kelly, come on, Nick, come on, get up here where we can all see you. No, you're right here. Come on, there we go. It's all part of it. So, yeah, all the events, I mean, these are my leads. They've been around for, I think everybody really from the first year, right? rededicating, saying, hey, this is really something that we want to be involved in. So, we're like family now. We start our calls with gratitude, and then we each take a minute, and it's called This Is What I Have to Say. And then we each take 1 minute and we share something about our week, what we want to say. And then we get into what's working, what do we have coming up, what's the game plan, who's done what, ideas, whatever. So we spend about 30 to 60 minutes, and they've been there at everything. So every year we have a Bowtie and Butterfly Award. And, at this year, I was like, who can I not give this award to? Though we have some members up here who have already been a recipient of a Bowtie and Butterfly Award. And I thought, how many crystal pieces are people going to want sitting around their house? So I decided to do it a little differently and do certificates. And look, since we're creating this, I don't know what it'll look like next year. We're going to have a little team chat about it and figure it out. One of our team members is not here, and that is Amy. Amy actually does all of our graphic work. So all the posters that you see, all these slips and stuff, I email Amy with the edit. She makes the change. I'm like, I don't like this, So she dedicates a lot of her time and energy. So we have a certificate for Amy. And this year I said, Amy, if you were coming, I wouldn't have you type up your own certificate. But since you're not coming and it's not a surprise, will you please write your name on one? So she did. We have Amy's certificate. And then, thank you. Yeah. Amy is, she's amazing. Next certificate. Amazing. So, my buddy, Mr. Upper. So yeah, Nick and Zach, really, really, really great friends. Watched him grow up for a lot of years, and he's right there. Nick is solid, and he's dependable, and he has a great sense of humor. So, Nick, your second Bowtie Award. Love you. And this gal, she's spunky. She's quiet, but she's spunky. And Maria, again, just what she comes up, like, I'll be thinking of something and I'll say, hey, Maria, and she's like, oh, I did that already. And I'm like, oh, okay, I really like this. So Maria has been responsible for our gifts for the past 2 years. She did the ornament. She did the coasters. She's created this amazing ribbon for us 2 years in a row, which has never managed to make it to us yet. But she comes up with so many great creative ideas. So Maria, Butterfly of the Year, number 2. Thank you. Let's see, I think I can guess who's on this. Oh yeah, Ryan. So yeah, they're all like my kids from other mothers. They all call me mom. Ryan, definitely son from another mother. He's done some adventures. He's gone to warrior camp with me. He's come out to California. We got in the Jeep and I think we drove for 6 days straight, just exploring everywhere. He came out and he spent a few weeks very remote. I think maybe a little bit more than he might have expected as far as remote, but helped me out with a Papa possibility so I could do some traveling. So stayed isolated in a cabin 40 miles from a gas station all by himself for a whole week. So Ryan does what it takes. Thank you, love. So that leaves Kelly. And this is Kelly, in case you didn't figure it out yet. Before Bowties and Butterflies 2018, I was over at my home at the Westin having a glass of wine at the bar, which you'll notice before dinner at the events, and I'm speaking, I don't drink. After dinner with the awards, then I have my no Patron for me. No, I have my glass of wine. So anyway, Kelly was sitting back at the bar and she's like, what are you guys doing? And I started telling her. She's like, I've been looking for an organization just like yours. And Kelly has such a heart. I was telling her about what we were doing, and she's brought to tears, and just so much love in this gal, and really a backbone of helping us out with organization and getting donations and making them all pretty so that everybody can take a peek. So Kelly and I, okay, so 2 years ago, both of us, did you ever think your life would look like it looks right now? Yeah. And just everything has changed, yet we're still here working together. So this is Kelly's first year as a butterfly recipient. So she is our butterfly recipient of 2020. So yes, and Kelly gets the crystal. So okay. Let's have one more big round of applause for, and again, you want to be a part of this, right? Just let me know. All it takes is doing it, and it's fun, right? I don't know. You watched our slideshow. We have a lot of fun. We have a good time making it happen. All right, guys. Thank you. Okay. So, anybody ready to see about some prize winnings and who's going home with some great stuff tonight? Okay, we're going to take 10 minutes-ish, all right? You want to take one more look at the silent auction items and that. We will call it, okay? When we call it, no more writing. We'll pick up the slips. And again, we're not going to stand up here and, silent auction winner, right? It's just, we'll let you know who it is. You go get your item. We're going to be more organized with checkout this year, right? So it's going to be really smooth and easy, and we appreciate you. We appreciate your patience, and we really appreciate you coming. We will be also picking our 50-50 winner, and then we'll be trying, we'll get started with the lot combination as soon as we come right back up, okay? So take a look.